Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the Sun in Pisces and a Virgo Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are incompatible by sign, they are opposite by sign. You have a Sun in Pisces. That could be very, you look at this as emotional, insensitive, can be empathic. They're very strongly can be about an intuition and in doing things on instinct and feeling. While you have a Virgo ascendant that it is more about analyzing things, doing things through some kind of logical, systematic deduction, and very good with details, can be very punctilious with details. And Pisces Sun is not one that's always going to be adept with details. They like seeing like the broad picture or scope of things. But I think on the positive side, even though they are opposite by sign, and this combination can be somewhat paradoxical, you can have you could have one balancing the other out if the person can utilize the energies efficiently. And you have a Virgo ascendant that could help give pragmatism and practicality to the dreams and ideals of the Sun in Pisces. And it could be something where this person can really organize their dreams and really put things in a way where they're not scattered or they're not unrealistic. And we'll look at things from really a very look at it more life as in a more realistic outlook than the typical Sun in Pisces. Now, in a natal chart, the Sun represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or ascendant can represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So, for the Sun in Pisces, the basic wants can be connected with their dreams, their ideals, self-sacrifice, things that maybe they fantasize about, escape. And when I say escape, I don't mean this in a derogatory or derisive sense, but escape meaning finding their solitude and seclusion and getting away, so to speak, from everyday, I guess you could say, trials and tribulations connected with life, and also perhaps things connected with the spiritual and the metaphysical. Now, thing about this is having a Virgo ascendant, this person may attain one or more of these basic Pisces Sun wants, perhaps with practicality, with pragmatism, by being organized, with punctuality, by being systematic, methodical, and perhaps through Virgo prudence, and perhaps sometimes even frugality. And when you look at this, could also the dreams and ideals may be attained perhaps through a Virgo-like profession. I mean, it could be something connected with nutrition, health, hygiene, something connected with extrapolation of data, maybe working, also being maybe a systems analyst, data analyst could be another example. Something with health and fitness, and you look at Pisces, also having a Pisces Sun. The Pisces Sun, if he or she is interested in something connected with the metaphysical or spirituality, the Virgo rising can be very industrious and hardworking, and this could be someone that works hard, maybe toward this or maybe another Pisces interest. So those are some things to look at with this combination, and you might have a little bit of vacillation of the Pisces Sun sensitivity, and then the Virgo rising more impassive side. I think one way to look at this is that being the fact that the person has the Virgo ascendant, this will be more dominant in the expression as far as the outer demeanor and what others are what's projected to others. So this person won't come across, at least initially on first impression, as a real like a sensitive or emotional Pisces Sun. This person may come across as more analytical and more as far as more non-emotional, and won't give an impression that their feelings are hurt, perhaps even if they are. And if they are, you might hear some kind of judgmental. If that Pisces Sun inwardly does become hurt, you might hear some judgmental remarks from that Virgo Ascendant person. So that's one thing to consider as far as this combination goes. Now, it's also important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the Sun in Pisces and the Virgo Ascendant, as this could indicate how these energies may or may not integrate as well. The thing is that the two main aspects are really you have an inconjunct that could take place, and you have a square aspect that can take place as far as the major aspects go. And maybe it's better not to have an aspect between the two. But anyway, let's say, for example, that you have let's say for this combination, you can have an opposition aspect or an inconjunct aspect. Let's say that the Pisces Sun is at 4 degrees, and you have a Virgo Ascendant at 2 degrees. Well, they're in opposition by sign, but if you have it opposition aspect, this could intensify or accentuate maybe perhaps an inability to really integrate these energies, as this aspect is adversarial and adverse, and even if the person is not cognizant of his or her astrological placements, it could indicate that this person may feel at least somewhat misconstrued or misunderstood by others due to the fact that what they're projecting outwardly may be strongly different than what is going on inside, which can cause some inner exasperation and tension. And the same could be said if you have an inconjunct aspect between these signs. Let's say that the Pisces Sun is at 1 degree and the Virgo Ascendant is at 28 degrees. Well, that would form an out of sign inconjunct aspect, and like in pretty much what I described with the opposition. So, like I said before, maybe having a non aspect between these two may be better, but you'd have a lot of isolation in terms of the energy. I think you might see a person that may act very strongly Pisces 1 minute and then Virgo the next. Well, anyway, it's also important to look at where the Sun in Pisces, what house it's posited in, because even though the Virgo Ascendant may strongly suppress a lot of that Pisces Sun energy to some degree, it may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house that it is posited in. Now, let's say that the Sun in Pisces is posited in the 6th house. Well, the energy may be weakened to some degree or diminished because the 6th house is a cadent house, and generally energies that are in cadent houses are more weak and diminished as opposed to the succeedant and angular houses. Now, anyway, though, the Sun in Pisces idealism might come out, and that dreamy side may come out in matters pertaining to work, health, and service, and you might see a lot of Pisces compassion come out in those areas, and sensitivity as well. Now, let's say that the Sun in Pisces is posited in the 7th house. Well, this energy may be accentuated and emphasized a little more because the 7th house is an angular house. And you might see that Pisces, that the dreamy side, the ability to maybe overlook transgressions to some degree by others trying to see the best maybe perhaps in partnership, relationship situations. So those are some things you could see, and perhaps some ambiguity in this area as well in their life. So anyway, if you see, if the Sun in Pisces is posited in the 8th house, well, this person might express their Pisces Sun energy in matters connected perhaps with a sexual partner, perhaps in transformation, regeneration. This person may, as far as the 8th house goes, really, it could also indicate maybe also some strong emotional sensitivity in matters connected with death, or maybe some confusion, maybe over inheritances, wills, and legacies. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Pisces and a Virgo Ascendant in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having a Pisces Sun and a Libra Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.